What's good, everybody? It is Wednesday, December 14th. This is the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. I am the coach, and we are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not close. Last night, the epitome of sports betting and how it can be so close to great. We had a ho-hum day. UMass Lowell up 2, 6 seconds to go. How about we just let them lay it in and go to overtime and lose? American, we only needed 6 points in the last minute and a half. 0 points. Did not foul. Sixers, 4 points in a minute 20. No points. Nobody fouled because it was a blow-up. Oh, it was so close to great. But as we all know, when we get to Wednesday, it's a bounce back Wednesday. Also, a very busy day at the brand because all of our college football cappers got sick a week ago. Me and AB, 3 p.m. Eastern time today. Turn on your notifications. We will have our best bets, our futures. We will have picks from Chip, Micah, Fettner, everybody. Me and AB going strong. We'll have you set for the entire bowl season. But what about today? Today is a big day. It's Bounce Back Wednesday. So you know I'm going live to Nashville. Wait a second. The man my apologies, Mikey. The man, first and foremost, has made it up. He is alive. I don't even know the last 24 hours for you, Buckets, but you're here, and we are blessed for that. Good morning to you in New York City.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Mike, Larry. Good morning, everyone. If it helps, I don't really remember the last 24 hours either, but I am here. I'm having a great time. I appreciate AB especially checking in on me a lot to make sure that I'm not in jail, so things are going well so far here, Coach.
We love Law & Order. We love Rikers Island. Let's keep it on TV, all right? You got to have dinner last night with Katie Mox, our 6 o'clock Eastern anchor. So she is showing that New York City hospitality. And I also saw you posting that picture of a rat this morning. Let's not do that again. No more rats on Twitter. Now, live from Nashville, Tennessee, the penthouse level. M Squared, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy to see Buckets made it to the show. Doing well. Looks like you're having a great time out there. I love that you're in the city. It's such a wonderful place to be. So let's do it. Fired up for today.
But, Mikey, how you two roll is very different. The last time you were in New York City, you were hanging out with Mattress Mac and people winning $70 million, and Buckets is posting pictures of rats. Completely two different experiences, I think. He said, yep. And finally, he is our OG. He is the maestro, Larry Hartstein. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everyone. And, Coach, there was a big high-level meeting yesterday to talk about CBS business and SportsLine business, but it devolved into the planning stage for the Super Bowl and what kind of a Pro Bowl skill challenge are me and you going to have in terms of the logistics and where we're going to be set up. Passing accuracy, catching accuracy, sprints, etc. So I just wanted to prepare you a little bit mentally for what's in store.
I'm not even going to respond. I'm not going to respond. I'm going to be a professional, as I always am, and I'm going to just host the show. You're dead meat. All right, here we go. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And I got to tell you, yesterday the speculator was correct. It was all about Argentina, all about Lionel Messi scoring and the boost at all the different sports books. We had him. We had them. But today is the other semifinal. Buckets, start us off.
Man, the sports books took a beating yesterday because I don't know a single person that wasn't on Messi anytime goal scorer there at plus odds. So great cash by the speculator. Great look by everybody. But now the big game today is France versus Morocco. We decide which team is going to face Messi in his last stand in the 2022 Qatar World Cup final. It's a question of, can Morocco's defense do what they have done every single game up to this point? They still have not conceded a single goal by an opponent. Just one own goal so far this competition. But will that be enough to hold back the likes of Olivier Giroud and Kylian Mbappe with France? I will have a pick later in the show. I also really like Martin's picks from yesterday, too, so we will be on the same page with those as well.
All right. Now, Buckets, real quick, because I know you haven't done a lot of shows remotely. I need you to go 2 inches to your right. No, you don't have to move anything, just your eyes. Just your eyes. Now look straight at me. No, straight at me. Now, one inch to the right. There you go. Now that's looking at us. Very good. By the way, Big Cheesy, how do you get a Guinness Book of World Records shirt? What's your record? Do you have a Guinness Book of World Record?
I do have a Guinness world record. I played a video game for 72 hours and 12 minutes straight. So it was the longest video game marathon of a MOBA genre game, Big Cheesy.
Oh, my God. My career has come to that. He literally said something. I have no idea what he said, and then said Big Cheesy at the end. What am I doing? What am I doing? My God, 72 hours. And he's our soccer expert, ladies and gentlemen. That's buckets for you. All right. So we've got the World Cup today, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Can't wait for France and Morocco. But the NBA, and I'm telling you right now, is like the crazy world right now. Who's playing, who's not playing, but it is so, so, so important. Mikey, let's go.
Yeah, busy day in the NBA. A couple spots we want to highlight. The Kings on the second night of a back-to-back, which happens to be their third game in 4 days. The Nuggets, the exact opposite, not playing each other, but the exact opposite. 3 days rest. Warriors, second night of a back-to-back. Klay Thompson, doubtful in that one. Andrew Wiggins remains out. For Atlanta, Trae Young still on the injury report, missed the last few games. He is questionable again today. For the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson listed questionable. That would free up a lot of usage and minutes in the backcourt there. For the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler is out once again. That definitely changes things quite a bit for them. For the Washington Wizards, this one is a late night game, so it's probably not going to get any of this information until we get a little later, but they are playing a very well-rested Denver team at altitude. Again, 3 days rest for Denver. But the Wizards might get Bradley Beal back. He's listed questionable. Porzingis is on the injury report as questionable. Monty Morris, who'd missed the last few, he is also questionable in this game. So pay attention to that one this afternoon. We could see some line movement, 1.5 to 2 points either way this afternoon.
And that day's rest that Mikey keeps talking about, so important. You can just see it. When an NBA team has 2 or 3 days of rest, they just play faster, and they're just a lot more with it. By the way, make a note, Warriors on a 9-day, 6-day road trip. They're not as good on the road. They got bounced big last night by the Bucks in Milwaukee. All right, now yesterday, if you missed the show, well, you missed a big, big announcement. We tell you all the time, and we mean it, that we are actively trying to make SportsLine always better. We want all the feedback from everybody so we can do what's best for you. And we finally are going live with something that we've been waiting on for a couple of years. Maestro, what is that?
Yeah, for a long time, we've had NFL props, NBA props, MLB props on the site, but in article form by various experts, of course, with Alex being the lead one. But now this week, we have finally gotten it into the main pick feed, which is what you see when you come to the front page of the site. RJ posted the first NFL prop pick yesterday. We're going to get a bunch more this week when it officially goes live. And for the first time ever, Alex has his own expert page on the site. You can check out his photo, check out his bio right there. If you just click under experts, that's the first that people have been calling for a long time. We're still working on Sia getting his expert page. You know, he does some very serious high-level legal work, and so there may be some security clearances that we're trying to get through to launch his page, but that should be up this week as well.
Was that sarcasm, or are you being dead serious? That last part?
You know, kind of half and half there, Coach, because I'm not sure what the holdup is. But I do want to say that, you know, Mikey, Sia, Alex, myself, RJ, and the rest will all be filing NFL prop picks, where NBA prop picks will be the next thing. But for this week, we're going to launch with NFL props. And if you go to the game page also right now, if you go to the 49ers Seahawks game page, you will see the prop pick from RJ.
And I would say that there's never been a more important to this day update to SportsLine. And people tell us all the time, with props, you got to turn on your notifications. You got to understand the minute it goes up on the site, you need to get it. So turn that on. Go ahead, Larry.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say, is that when Alex has a play like that, it's going to be first on the site, is where you're going to catch it first, as opposed to the article that he posts weekly or that day's stream.
So important. So important. This is a big, big deal. So I encourage all of you. And if you're not a SportsLine member yet, this should make you want to do it. But I'll do you a solid. Use the promo code early. I'll give you 30 days for free. If you do it today, you'll get all the bowl games, NBA, Christmas, playoffs for the NFL. You'll get it all. Just try us out. And then after that, you're playing with house money, $10 a month. That's it. All right. You know these guys are expensive, especially paying for buckets to go to New York City. So we got to pay those pesky little bills. Here's a word from one of our incredible partners. And we are back. For those watching on YouTube, listening on Apple or Spotify, this is The Early Edge. Now, one play from SportsLine today. Mikey already mentioned that game out in Denver. Now, we would love to go with the Nuggets, but they're laying 9. It's kind of an ugly number. So we're going to go over 227. Nuggets are rested. Wizards love to score, and as long as they make buckets in the Mile High City, we see this sailing over the 227 number. Now, many of us here, many of us around the world have been just completely caught up with the World Cup, and today is no different. So, buckets, let's start us off. What do you like today?
I'm going to do something very difficult in this match between France and Morocco because I am betting against the trends. As we've already talked about, Morocco is one of, if not the best defensive team in the World Cup so far. But I think that defensive powerhouse is going to come to an end against this French side. When you're playing against Giroud, Dembele, Mbappe, and Griezmann, it doesn't matter how good defensively you are. They're going to find a way to score against you. Not only do I think France is going to score, but I think they're going to score more than once in this matchup. I'm looking at France over 1.5 goals team total, which is currently sitting at -115. This could be a very similar game we saw with Argentina yesterday, where that first goal breaks this game open, and it gets a little bit ugly from there. So that's going to be my look. But I do also really like the Guru's play on Mbappe anytime goal score. Now that Messi scored yesterday, he's tied Mbappe for the Golden Boot, and he needs to get a couple goals here to make sure that he can take that Golden Boot home at the end of the match.
Yeah, and the Golden Boot is for the highest scorer in the tournament, correct? And
Correct.
the tiebreaker, do you know what the tiebreaker is if they have the same amount of goals?
It's whoever has the most assists.
My man, yes, that is true. Good job, Buckets. That was not a $50 question, though. Sorry. Those are only spelling bees for you. Those are only spelling bees for you. All right. Now, even though Buckets believes that they will score 2 times, all these games get off to slow starts. Kind of feeling yesterday it was like 20 minutes of just kicking the ball around, which Mikey could lead to what, sir?
So I'm looking at a first half draw here in this game, plus 110 currently over on FanDuel. I like starting the game here. Like you mentioned, should be a slow start. Obviously, most important match by far for both teams here. We expect slow starts here, though. We know Morocco is such a great defensive team. They're not going to take a ton of chances. The only spot where I find them to be particularly vulnerable is on set pieces, especially against this opponent. So what I will be looking to do here is I'm looking for a very tight match defensively early. By the time we get to around the 25th to 35th minute, you'll start to see positive cash out values on this. Watch it. I won't be cashing out until they get into certain dangerous situations where it's defending set pieces late in the first half. That's where I expect them to be most vulnerable, but I don't expect them to take a ton of chances. I expect them to be very disciplined, not foul in some of those dangerous areas. So I don't think we see a ton of scoring in this one. I like the under. And I think when we do see the breakthrough, I think it will be middle of the second half. So I'm going to start here with the first half draw and plus money. Look to potentially either cash out or sprinkle on France to score live in the first half. Again, if we're getting that around the 35th minute, around a set piece, it'll probably be plus 350 to plus 400 on the France side for them to grab a goal in that final 10 minutes. So we'll be having 2 plus money tickets at that point.
Please educate and entertain me. Ladies and gentlemen, please educate and entertain me. The last 60 seconds, put it in a time capsule. That's how you get it done. Now, quick question before I get to the maestro. Ray says, France on the money line, Mbappe to score with a boost is plus 250. I believe at FanDuel. Do you like that? Buckets, do you like that?
Oh, I didn't know if you were asking me or Mike.
The guy named Buckets.
Yeah, no.
So, Buckets, do you like that?
I do like that. I agree with Mike that I do think this will be a very cagey matchup, but I know that the Guru is already on Mbappe to score. I know that speculators already on money line plus the under here. So we're all touching this in different ways already.
All right. I'm starting to see the effects of those Jaeger bombs very quickly on the show. So we got to keep things moving. Oh, the New York Sounds. The New York Sounds. Somebody's getting in trouble early in New York City. Hopefully they're not coming to your room. All right. Now, we know this is the Maestro spot. And today, Wednesdays are always busy in the NBA. We are waiting till early edge in 5 for more college hoops, more NBA, because there was such an extensive injury list. But we do have one play this morning. And Maestro, what is that?
I'll take the OKC Thunder at home against the Heat. I know the Heat got a win in Indiana, but this team is 25th in offensive efficiency. Jimmy Butler is resting tonight. It's the first game of a back-to-back. You look at the Thunder's injury report. All the key guys are supposed to go. I know we could get a shock close to tip-off, but as of now, it looks like everyone is in. And then just OKC has been a great play ATS this season. They're beating the odds makers' expectations by about 3 points per game. Miami 9-18-1 against the spread. You're giving me points at home. They're 6-5 straight up at home. The Thunder, they've been on the road for a while. First game back at home. The Heat 4-9 on the road. I'll take the points with the home dog.
I love taking a team that is overachieving, coming back from a long road trip. It's a great spot because it helps their energy so much. And the Thunder, low-key, Maestro, they've been a pretty good team this year. They haven't been horrible. I like this play. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of Jake the Snake on the ones and the twos. M-squared, France, Morocco, first half draw. You heard that extensive breakdown. Use it. I'm begging you. Then the Maestro in the NBA, Thunder plus 2.5. Then buckets. He believes once they score that first one, it will open up similar to what happened with Argentina on Tuesday. We'll go France team total over 1.5. Then Martin W. Green from yesterday's show. He loves France on the money line and under 3.5. It's a great way to bring the number down. The only bad beat would be if it was like 3-1 or 4-1, something like that. And then Kylian Mbappe. If you've never seen this cat play, turn on the game today. He is unbelievable. Then the speculator, he's kind of on the other side, sort of. He believes it's going to be so low scoring, just like the guys do. So we'll take Morocco +1. If it ends in a draw and they play the extra time, you would win that ticket regardless. And then France, Morocco under 2.5, a little juicy, but you heard Mikey. It's going to be a low-scoring game today. And then Wizards Nuggets over 227. That play is from SportsLine itself. A reminder, props are live for the NFL. We will have our college football bowl preview today, me and AB. We've got picks from everybody, all the bowl games. We have futures. We have picks on the playoffs. Everything. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then, of course, more college basketball, more NBA on Early Edge and 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Buckets, anything on the schedule for today, sir?
Just watching the game this afternoon and not posting any more pictures of rats. That's all I got going.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Again, what has my career come to? Give me my one shot. Thank you, Snake. There's only one thing left to do. This is really a ton of fun. It really is. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. M-squared, Maestro, even buckets from the Big Apple. And the Snake, always running the show on the ones and the twos. I am the coach. Turn on those notifications. It's never been more important than it is right now. You know how fast props move with our guys. Get them right away. Get them right away at the Early Edge. Good luck.